Welcome back to Chaos Collectibles. So I wasn't planning on doing a video today, but I have received an overwhelming response. So thank you all who support the channel, and to everybody who likes my page on Instagram and Facebook. So I did a video similar to this one a while back after I did the right there, Thulsa Doom figure about 1.5 years ago, where I had a bunch of people, just an overwhelming response of wanting me to make them that particular figure. So over the course of the last few weeks, I've had a lot of people reach out to me wanting me to make them a custom figure. So there's a couple things, and there's a couple reasons why I do not do commissions, okay? First one is, okay, not to get political or anything, but a couple years ago, there was something put in place called Tax the Rich, which means that if you get over $600 sent to your PayPal through goods and services, you have to count that as income. And then they tax you on it like it's income. And to me, that's just too much of a pain to sit there and try to figure out this costs this costs that, this costs this, and try to work it out with my accountant to where I don't have to pay taxes on things and stuff like that, or whatever the case may be, that it's really not worth it to me. So if I were to do something like that, I could only do it friends and family, right? And with that being the case, I mean, I have a YouTube channel. I'm pretty decently known, I guess. I wouldn't say I'm well known, but decently known in the 5.5 community. And I mean, I'm not a scammer, right? But I would not be able to accept money through PayPal goods and services because of that particular issue, right? That's a problem to me. Just becomes more hassle. I ain't got time to deal with stuff like that. And then another thing is, I don't think a lot of people really understand the cost of what it takes to make a custom figure, right? So if I have $90 into a figure or $100 into a figure, I can't sell that to somebody for $100, right? Because all the work, I put at very minimum, I'd say at least 12 hours into a figure, probably more than that. Thulsa Doom and a couple others took like 30 hours for me to do. The big guy that I made over there, he was well over 20 hours. It took me Friday, Saturday, and a Sunday to make that sucker. So, I mean, that was a very extensive job. And then, for instance, the last guy that I did, same thing, right? You have a lot of money put into these things because I only have one source for heads now. And unfortunately, as soon as I find that source, again, not to get political, but opposite side here, the new administration ended up putting in these tariffs, So now what does a head cost me? $14 for a head, $7 to upsize it. So that's $14, that's $21 plus $16, $17 to ship it. That's $38 for a freaking head. If I were to buy a multiple that incrementally makes each head a little bit cheaper, but I mean, that gets pretty expensive. And as you can see, this shelf down here, look at that. If you watch my video of the room tour, that thing was full of bodies down there. Well, I ended up using most of those up. I think I have 1 or 2 bodies left after I do these last 2 custom figures. So then I have to go out and I have to buy more Zolo bodies and, $25, $30 depending on the body, maybe 35 plus shipping costs to me. So then there's extra cost there. So we'll just say 25 for a Zolo body. So 25 plus say 25 for the head. That's $50 right there. So then, okay, I'm running out of things to use for customs because I've done so many so far. So say you wanted one that has some Mythic Legions parts. So now I have to buy a Mythic Legions figure or spend $20 per Mythic Legion piece on eBay. So say for instance, that skeleton, right? He's got the chest armor or the shoulder armor. He's got a belt. He's got a loincloth. He's got the straps here. Those things add up. So that's another thing too. So I mean, it can get pretty ridiculous, right? I mean, I don't know how many people are willing to spend $200 on a custom figure or $250 on a custom figure, because I mean, I'm not going to do these services for absolutely nothing, right? If I were to paint a figure for somebody, I'm going to charge anywhere between $75 and $100 for the work that I put into it. And I know that's crazy expensive, but there's a lot that goes into these things, right? So you have all these different costs that come up and stuff. And then if I were to make a figure for everybody who's asked for one so far, what happens, right? I tie myself down for the next 8 to 10 weeks, every weekend when I'm not working. And then what's that going to do? I mean, that's going to burn me out. It's going to become a job. You know, I mean, that's where things get a little bit tricky. You know, I mean, I do this thing because I like to do it. And if you notice, I never make the same figure twice, because that's part of what keeps it going, right? It's the creativeness of it. It's not doing the same figure over and over and over again. That would be so monotonous to me that I would rather have a vision in mind of the figure that I want to make. And the exciting part is watching that thing come to life, watching that thing become something. That's the part that I really enjoy when it comes to doing this, is creating the new thing, right? Creating the new character, not doing the same character over and over and over and over, because then it just, like I said, it becomes monotonous. Now, there's some people out there who will sit there and make 3, 4, 5, sometimes 10 of the same character. I mean, I don't know if they enjoy doing that, but to me, that's something that it's just not appealing to me as far as that goes. And it's not like I'm trying to be a jerk or anything like that. I mean, a lot of what my channel is okay, this is what I'm doing, this is how I built it, trying to share that with the community so that other people can have ideas, maybe save them some hassle in how to make something work, right? Not making the same mistakes that I've done. Like I said, I've destroyed a lot of figures, you know, in the process of trying to figure out how to make things work. And I'm trying to improve myself every time that I make a new figure, you know? So it's sharing these ideas, because I'm not one of these people to where, hey, you know, I know how to do this and I'm not going to share that information with anybody. I mean, that's not cool. At least I don't think so. I mean, it's up to the person. If they don't want to share the way they do things, and there are people out there like that, you know, because I'm the only person that knows how to do that. Well, that's not how I roll, you know? If anything, watch my channel. You're customizing yourself. I would like you to be able to, you know, use some of the tricks and things like that to, one, make it easier for you, two, save the hassle of, you know, destroying a figure or trying to figure something out, save you a lot of time. And that's part of the idea behind this channel. But I just wanted to get on here. I mean, I got to really think about, you know, how this is going to work, because there is one figure that I do want to make. And just buying the 6 3D printed parts for it, the 6 parts, by the time I pay for the part, get it sized up, get it shipped to me, I'm going to have $130 wrapped up. Is that 6? No, almost $180 wrapped up into that figure, just in those parts, the 3D parts. That's not including anything else, the figure body and then the time and things like that I put into it. So like I said, customizing can be very expensive, especially now since I only have one source of heads. And of course, right after I make my second order, whoosh, the prices skyrocket, you know? It's not like I get any deals. I'm not affiliated with any of these people. You know, I'm not affiliated with Zolo World, so I don't get killer deals with stuff like that. I'm not affiliated with Dust Till Dawn Studios. I don't, you know, I'm not affiliated with anything. I'm just a dude that collects toys. I'm a dude that likes to add to his own collection, and I like to customize stuff, you know? Not much different than you guys out there, really. But I just wanted to get on here and just kind of talk about that a little bit, and just kind of let you guys know that, I mean, if it was easier for me to do these things, then I'd probably do it. But since I'm just a one-man show and I just do this and use my free time because I enjoy it, that it can be a little difficult, you know, especially since I'm away from home throughout the week, you know. So thanks again for tuning in, everybody. And I appreciate all of your support. You guys are freaking awesome. And I hope you all have an awesome day. Until next time. Woo!